Hello. Let's play some music. I saw an old game. You know, actually, probably also link the channel in my chat. Link the stream in my chat. Oh, I should probably get rid of my. What's behind it? Oh, 1 second. I don't think I've got anything weird up or anything that you guys can see, like information I don't want to share. No, okay. I was gonna move to my Steam, but I was like, what's behind it? Yeah, let's post in Discord. Announcements at everyone. Oh. I have not prepared for this stream. I was actually doing stuff. You know what? I'll show you guys. So I'll load up Simpsons and I'll load up the scene I was working on. I was on the flying boat scene because I was intrigued to see how I can get the lighting to look using Lumen. But man, Lumen is so buggy. Like, don't get me wrong, it's cool, but like UE5 Lumen 2. I don't know if it's because of the directional lights, but I'm curious if it is. Because something I noticed is there was a lot of conflict when you had two directional lights in the scene. Which I know, like, oh, you shouldn't have two directional lights in the scene, but it helps set up sometimes a more ideal, like, scenario? What's what I'm looking for? It just can make certain areas look better with two different light sources set up because it makes a more generic lighting over the scene. So the fact that it was, like, looking bad, I was like, ooh. I have really dark eyes. Just like looking at myself in the camera, like when that loads. What that's doing now, I wanted to add this. There you go. Then filter, edit filters, add filter, mask blend. I want like a color key, add. And then custom color. Oh, that doesn't quite work. Her clothes are too similar in color. It breaks it. No. Fine, we'll get another one. I used to have dancing people in the background on my streams, and then I, for some reason, stopped doing it. And I'm like, nah, I want it back. Ooh. Oh no. What this? I'm just quickly putting a dancing person in. How do I... Oh. This isn't working at all. Well, it is, but her edge is like... got white around it. And I want it to be a bit clearer. Oh yeah, why don't I just find a green screen one? That'll probably work. Hey, Mohammed and Nickelman. Let's go. Oh, thank you. I shaved last night. Oh, is that why you... Did you say what this because of my shave? I didn't even register. Oh, God. Why does this look so... There you go. Why can't I drag this one in? Oh, it's a WebP. Dude, I hate WebP formats. I don't know about you guys. Oh, you go. There's one with already a... Does this work? Yeah. Oh, this has kind of got a white border, but it's fine. Here you go. This one's slower. Hold on a minute. Or does he put it down here? The frames are a little bit lacking, though. I mean, there might be a way to slow... I wonder. What if there's a way... Hold on. What if there's a way to slow it down? This is very important work, believe me. Filter, gain color, scroll, render delay. No, doesn't seem to be one. All right. So we're gonna be in our like you see today. Yeah, I wanted to show you guys how I was doing with the boat scene. Because like I said, I put it into Lumen. Onto UE5 trying to use Lumen, and it was much buggier than I'm expecting. And I kind of want to show you guys the well, I say bugs, maybe it's intentional, so we'll see. And one of the most annoying ones, and it happens in Simpsons as well, in the Simpsons scene. Let me show you. So, which I think it's already doing. This is much brighter than it usually is, right? Let's go to 50% so it doesn't lag. As I've said before, it doesn't lag for me, it just lags for you guys. So if I... Yeah, right, okay. Oh, and then look, did you just see the color change for no reason? So now when I simulate, it gets really bright. When I'm not simulating, it gets to the color I want it. I want it to be this color. But it's different when I simulate, and I don't know why. Is it the Skylight? Nope, it's still getting brighter, you can see it. Is it the Directional Light where it's bouncing? Nope. Not Directional Spotlight. Is it the Directional Light, which is this one? If I delete this, what kind of results do we look like we get? It changes. Not as much in here, but it does get a little bit darker up here than lighter in here. Like, why am I getting a different result? Just really loud. Why am I getting a different result when I simulate with Lumen? I don't usually get that when I'm not using Lumen. Like if we go into post-processing, we go to where we have Lumen usually enabled, and we turn that to screen space. I know it's going to look way worse, but ignore that, screen space. If I simulate now, at least it looks the same when I simulate. Minus a little reflection happening here. That's changing, but... Oh, it's like flickering here as well. But, like, the light is not changing drastically. But when I have Lumen on... Look at that glow. Look at that difference. And then go back. Why? What's causing that? And it was doing the same in my boat scene. Because if I'm going to render stuff, it needs to go in simulation, at the very least, because I need to, where's my scene? I need to have stuff running, like if I want a fan to move or something, or if I want some elements to shift. In general, when you record the scene using a sequencer, it needs to play. So if we come look at this scene, that was doing the same thing. Again, I'll set this to 50 so you guys don't lag out. So we fly around. How laggy is that for you guys? Not too bad. This... I think is how I want it to look. But if we go into our directional lighting... Oh, no. This is roughly how I want it to look. But, like... Watch what happens when I simulate. Oh, so there you go. It still looks like this, right? Kind of like... But in here, do you see that? Watch in here. Not simulated. Simulated. It gets brighter. Do you see all of that? And if we go upstairs, it gets more blue. Do you see that? Around here, we're getting this washed out effect. You see up the floor over here probably the most. So right there. Watch it get blue. See that? Why am I having a different render with Lumen during playtime? I should be having the exact same results versus my editor. Nothing is changing. And to prove that, we do have a sequencer that plays. I can delete the sequencer briefly and play. And you see that? It still gets brighter. Down here looks pretty good. We don't seem to get too much. Yeah, that blue is caused by the skylight. That's fine. I can disable that while inside. But here's the annoying one, because I actually do want this look where it gets very lit up. I want it obviously... Well, I want it reduced a little bit. But look, now this isn't even controlling it. I can turn it up. We get into 0 once you turn it down. If I turn you off, it gets reduced here. But when I turn this on, it reduces it even more. And then when I want that result back of it glowing, I just tick this on and off, and we're glowing again. Why? That's obviously come from this. But this isn't causing much glow at all now. Well, actually, it's not too bad. But is it because directional lights? But I would say, yeah, it's probably because of directional lights. But then, I'm going to do this, it gets bright again, which is what I want. I want it to be bright in here like this, because we've got a lot of light coming from here. Why is it doing it in this scene? Look how light it gets. Look at the floor. Why is it looking so different in playtime? I mean, if you guys have any idea, I've not messed with Lumen too much. But right now, it just was really buggy. What if we get rid of this? Yes. Nope. So, from what I can tell, it is being caused... Is there like a runtime in directional light I'm not aware of? Like, it has a slightly different quality change in runtime? Static thingy. Interesting. Like, I don't see anything. But, I mean, let me delete all of these guys. Whoops. Got that. I mean, that looks pretty cool anyway, to be honest. But these should be emitting a bit more light than they are. But if I simulate now, it's still getting brighter. Why? I don't get it. I don't get why it's changing that brightness. I actually kind of like this light setup there. If I turn this up to radius. Too much radius here. If I turn you up, or intensity. See, the problem with having it too intense is going to be really overglowing here, so that's why I had it at this value. But if I turn you up to like an insane amount, we'll have it glow. Obviously far too much. Obviously up to 50, like 100. 100. We'll have a much more glowing effect coming from this. But then these aren't emitting light. But the problem with these is emitting objects in Lumen is supposed to cause light. But once again, when we turn this up, so 0 and then 100, look, they're not emitting light. I mean, they kind of are, but it's so... I've got it at 1,000, as you can see when you look at it, like, whoa. Why is it only emitting this little amount? Oh, in fact, it's not. That's at 0. So that's not even... Oh, wait, was it? Kind of disappeared as I looked away. There you go. When we get to there, that's probably the amount of light I want. But at this point, we have this, like, over-the-top glowing thing. Like, that's way too bright. I mean, I'd preferably... So I'm going to have to do a lot of fiddling around, because it's just not... That was what I expected. So I'm going to have to turn him to, like, if I actually wanted to light up the scene, or light up indoors like it would with a real light. So that's not even doing it. That's only causing, like, a little bit of light still, but look how bright they are. Am I missing a setting? Whether it's in the material itself. Like, if I were to grab, like, a sphere quickly and just apply that material, Jesus Christ. I'm blind. If I was grab the material and put it on there, Jesus Christ, and then turn it down, 100. Look, that seems to be emitting something a bit more. So, is it the objects? Is there settings I'm missing? Is there some sort of light setting in here? Physics rendering like emissive boost, but when I turn that up, it doesn't change anything. Like, I don't know. Yeah. We use as an emissive light source. Yeah. That doesn't look like it's changed anything to me, though. We'll go back into it. We can turn up the brightness, see what happens. No, that's... Oh! I don't know. Because I know, like, down here, it would be blocking the light off. But you should still be getting bounces to help light up the room, and it's just not doing that. Like, the fact that I've got it at that insane value, and it's not just, like, you're getting some light. It's not overexposing the entire scene, and I've got it at 5 million? Yeah, that's at 5 million. So I don't get it. There's a lot of stuff I don't get about Lumen right now, and I'm hoping I can fix it. I mean, to show you guys some of the quality changes, though. Whoa. Oh, right. Like, this room is... Oh, God. I'm just going to show you, like, what it looked like, but I've got these way too bright. 1 second. Like, this room looks nicer now compared to what it used to. For those of you who haven't seen what it used to look like. So, again, I want to make it so the directional light that's on is more like this, which means I need to turn you down to about... There. Yeah. All right, yeah, it breaks every time. For some reason. I don't get it. Go 6. See, it looks like it's not even changing. Probably about 30, maybe 20. Yeah. So, like, that looks really nice because you get all this bouncing and everything. That looks awesome. Thank you. I'm basically talking about Lumen right now and why I think it's kind of broken. Like, for example, if I enable one of the lights right now, even though I've just re-enabled it, it now breaks the bouncing light from light source 3. Then I've got to disable and re-enable this, and it fixes it. If I simulate, it breaks it again. If I come out of simulation, it goes back to being fixed. So I'm trying my best to wrap my head around why Lumen is doing this. Like in here, except from the carpets, the placeholder still looks pretty nice. It's very warm because we've got a lot of sunlight coming through. We've got some torches, some lanterns on, which is obviously supposed to have like a fire or something in it. So we want it relatively orange. So this scene works quite nice. Maybe it's a little too orange. I can adjust that later. But if I want to adjust that, because it's all Lumen, I can adjust it real time. I know I'm supposed to be working on Simpsons right now. It's fine. I'll get to it in a minute. So I want to make it a little less orange. I'll just turn that down. Yeah, that looks pretty good. But yeah, if I simulate this, I bet it's going to look a little different. Yeah, you see that? Like, look at this wall. Why is this randomly glowing now? And this wall. Look, do you see that? Right there. And I know there's a lot of stuff that people probably say, oh, I wouldn't have even noticed that. But I'm just concerned because why is my runtime looking different than my editor preview? This is runtime right now. This is edit. Do you see all that light just vanish? Like here, 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 and here. And then look, it fades away when I stop simulating. And like I said, the best example was in here. Look at this. Well, it's actually thinking, yeah, look how much brighter it gets in here. Why? Why is it randomly getting loads brighter? It's so frustrating. I do not get it. But yeah, it does look better. And I am only at 50. If we go to 100, you'll get a slightly better quality image. So it does look better. But the problem is I need to render this. Rendering will simulate the scene, which will make it look like this, which isn't what I want. All that redness. I want all that, the wood bouncing all that color. I want it to look like this, not like this. How do I fix that? It's a big concern right now. Again, it sounds like I'm being redundant. I'm being silly because it's like, oh, but it still looks good. But I want Lumen to look the way it's showing me it should look in Editor, not changing how it looks. And yeah, I'll show you what it looked like before. So in UE4. So in UE4, it looked like this. Have I got to see from the angle? I think I do, right? Yeah. So if we open that up. Whoa, why did it just move everything? There you go. So it's this versus this. So, oops. I think this looks way better because it's just got so much cooler bouncing lights and stuff, and it just looks a little less stale. Like this looks all right, but that color change, what was that? Oh, it's here. That color change, I think, makes a big difference. So I want to get Lumen working to this quality when I actually simulate, but I need to figure out why it's doing that. I got really itchy nose. Right, back to Simpsons. So Simpsons is the same way. Watch, look, when I simulate, very bright. When I'm stopped simulating, it gets darker. Like, I don't know what to look up to fix it. UE5, sorry, Lumen looks different during runtime. Oh, here you go. Wow, this was... Hold on a minute. This is 2 years ago. That's not Lumen. Lumen looks different when simulating. Sorry, I'm really phlegmy at the moment. It's horrible. No one seems to be talking about it. So I don't know. Like, at the end of the day, it's running fine. At the end of the day, like, simulation, like, this is so much brighter now. Does it look bad? Not necessarily. But how am I supposed to, like, look at the difference. This is lagging. I'll just minimize it. Like, it just changes the lighting. How am I supposed to know what it's supposed to look like outside? Like when I'm editing it, when it gets that bright when I'm not. I just don't understand. Whoa. That's cool. Like, can we see which light source is coming from? Like Skylight. That's not doing it. It's not coming from the sky atmosphere, is it? Nope, it gets brighter. Change color. Directional light. I think we just checked, like, the directional light, right? If we turn that off. See, even then it's slightly different. Look, it's, like, black up here. You not see my mouse? You can, but it's just... My mouse is black on your screen. Top left, obviously, it's very dark, or top middle. And then, look, now it's a little bit brighter. Why is Lumen looking different in runtime? It's frustrating as hell. I literally be sitting here for a couple hours today trying to figure out what to do about it. Sorry to anyone who joined. It's just like, this guy's just complaining. It's very important to complain. No, it's very important to try to resolve this issue. What would the back of this look like? Because all I got is this. It's got like a platform there. Interesting. Let's So it's not just floating like this. It's probably a little bit raised with a platform in the middle, which I can actually just grab this, separate, hide the record player, merge center, scale it down, bring it down, scale it, bring it down, put it out. This, grab this for the edges, cool, and bevel this. Cool. Now, finding the glass, there's a little platform for it to sit on. I can always stretch out a little bit more. Cool, and it spins on that. Nice. So there's probably stuff at the back, but I don't know if I need to do the extra detail for them. So like I've just realized, oh, well, I was going to say it's not perfectly square. It comes up at a point, but maybe it doesn't. Maybe that's just the way it's drawn. So let's actually go 60s record player. And see what actual real life detailing we can find. Ugh, God. I need to... My doctor seemed to not care at all that I had this super phlegmy throat for like 2 months now. Some days it gets way worse than other, admittedly. But, yeah, I don't really have to do about it. He doesn't seem very concerned, so it makes me feel like there's not much of an issue. Okay, so first of all, this kind of needs to be smaller. Well, or this needs to be a tad bigger, possibly. I think the easiest way would just be to make this smaller a tiny bit. Because I need room for the arms to come in. Yeah, so that's probably about right. We're just going to model it like the Simpsons, and I'll look at better detailing to make it look a bit more realistic. So this looks like it's like this, like this, like this. Honestly, it's probably something like this, this. Oops. This. And then this, and this comes in like this. Then we smooth again. Bring one of these up. Bring this up. This in. Yeah, and then it'll have some way to spin it here. Oh, my computer's getting warm. So it's quite hot in England at the moment. Well, I say quite hot. For people outside of England, you may not think it's hot. And I know a lot of people here who like the hot weather. I do not. I freaking turn into fish out of water when it's too hot. It's 23 degrees Celsius, so that's 73 Fahrenheit. But my room is probably about 30 degrees. My computer also heating it up. So, yeah. Depending on how hot the room gets tonight, it depends how long the stream's going to go on for. Wait. Let's just come down like this. There you go. Alright. And this will be the little arm that comes out. Now, the thing is, back here... Again, need to make it a little bit smaller. Back here, I'm probably going to want something that this goes into that looks like it can pivot. So some sort of arm or something. So maybe like this. Something like that. With possibly like a little small bit at the bottom. Like that. So it looks like you can pull it. But the problem is you can lift these up. So there's no indication here that I can lift this up. It looks like I just rotate it. So what do I need to make that look a bit more reasonable? So I'm looking at some reference right now. So I'm going to scrap this because I'm already seeing things very different. Never feel bad if you're scrapping things. I'm sure it could take up time, but it's better to work with something that actually is going to work than to try to then rather just not delete. If it's not going to work, just delete it and then make a piece that will work. Because trying to work with a piece that isn't going to work and you're trying to make it work can cause a lot of issues. So this is actually what they used to look like in the 60s, or just like. See, that's probably a good one to model from. Let's look at the Simpsons one again. So get rid of that one on top right. I'm not using that one anymore. Yeah, that's pretty good. The problem is this looks like a wire here, so I could always change this out for like a little wire and connect it there. Like I said yesterday, we're kind of doing a fine balance here between making it look... I'll say one thing here is I made this a tad smaller just now. Yeah, so the balance we're trying to get right now is trying to make it look real, but also wanting to make it look as much like the Simpsons one as we can. So I wanted to make it look... Okay, Blender, please, this way. Why would it even think I wanted to go that way? No, that's its case. Yeah, it's a fine line between getting it to look real versus getting it to look like it's from The Simpsons. So this one's literally just something like, if you ever change, so you've got edit mode like this, and you've got object mode. When you change the scale of something in object mode, it will think like the way it's scaled. You'll see it will come up here. What's the problem with this is, let's say we've got this shape here. It thinks it's now 6.7 times the length it's supposed to be this way and half the length it's supposed to be this way. When you go to do effects on it, like beveling, it will bevel as if it still thinks it's 6.7 times. So if I actually scale that down, you'll see the bevel looks normal. And now if I scale this up to 1 as well, the bevel looks even more normal. So if you scale something in object mode, make sure to press Control A and lock its, or reset its scale. That will reset it here. So let's have it like this length, like that, 111. And now when I go to bevel and stuff, it will bevel normally. This is a really odd, it's not an issue. It's technically, every software I've used does this. So it's an intentional thing, even though I tend to find it just being an annoyance. Just a small little tip for you. So, whoops. We'll have this come out here like that, and that'd be the start of it. Now, I have no idea how this really rotates, but I assume it basically has a pivot like down at the bottom, so something like this. And then it will lift up a tad before that back bit hits the board like that, so you can pick it up and then rotate it on. Problem is that's going over the edge, which we can't have happening. Hey, Stave, S-T-A-V-E. Have you ever rigged for Unreal 5 Mannequin? Haven't got it to work in Blender. Rigify and Auto Rig won't work. Testing Maya, Advanced Skeleton 5 seems to be the best option. Used it. Personally, I don't really rig things, and when I do, I just use Maximo. So unfortunately, I can't inform you what the best way is. As much as I'd love to, I don't actually know. I mean, even with my new character I'm making at the moment, I getting a friend who rigs to do it for me, to do the rigging part for me anyway. So unfortunately, I can't really give you a hand with that. You sound like this, and then bevel this to be, whoops, bevel this to be smooth. Oh, and smooth it, cool. Do a bevel on the whole thing. like that. Gives it a nice change in shape. I don't really know how this bottom bit would work. I mean, I could put it, well, I could put it close down. I think I'll just leave it like that, have it floating. Don't know. Yeah, I hate it. It has stolen half my day. Oh, dude. Like, I hate... especially when you find out... Like, it's nice finding out what the solution is, but when you find it out and it was something super simple, and you're just like, oh... like, it took me all day to figure that out, and this is the solution. So I wish you best of luck, man. Like, I hope it's something, like, in a way, something complex, because at least you'll feel like you've achieved something when you get it working. But if you figure out it's a really simple solution... has to be one of the worst feeling things within reason. Do I want to do this towards the end? Maybe. Ooh. I always feel really sad because a lot of people do come into my chat and ask me for help on things I've just not done. Like I am basically an environment artist who also does props, because an environment artist does also do props. The big difference between a prop artist and an environment artist is if you're an environment artist at a company and they say, oh, the environment could use an axe over there, you'd go and model an axe and you'd throw it in. As a prop artist, they're not going to come up to you and say, okay, you've made an axe, can you make an environment around that now? Like for a environment artist, you maybe ask that, but it won't be the same for a it won't be the same for a prop artist. Where do you put... Is there a little rest arm for this? Oh, I guess there would be. Because it goes like this, kind of. Like that. And then you lift it up and put it in. Now, you know what I should have done is rotated this, right? Because then when you do that bevel in between, oh, it doesn't curve them. I thought it would curve these for me. Huh. In Maya it would. That's not me bigging up Maya. Just because Maya has one thing that's better does not mean Maya is better. There you go. I don't like Maya very much. I'm not a Maya person, despite using it for God knows how long. So we do this, and we just do a smooth on this. But yeah, it was a bit sad when you guys come and chat. Oh, Steve, can you help me with this? And my answer is, I'm sorry, man. It's not my expertise. I have no idea. Because I want to be able to help you guys whenever, you know. I would love to be able to help you guys on pretty much anything, but it's not always the case, and it always makes me sad when I can't. So it kind of looks like on some of these. One nice thing about, like, sure, I can't copy a reference completely because I want it to look like The Simpsons still. But equally, one really nice thing is I can make really unique designs. It can be something that doesn't even exist in real life. Yeah, it's harder because I have to basically not use full reference for it, but it's definitely very interesting. So, whoops. So this needs to be able to tilt and not hit this. So if I were to... Should I merge these? That mesh. Combine. There you go. So it'll go around here. So if this moves here, it doesn't reach that. The arm, I would like to rest somewhere over here. But the problem with that is I've got it curved right now. Honestly, radar animate for most of the night, but I need a hero asset done that has to work as a third-person actor Unreal 5. Freaking MetaHuman, aka New Unreal, are pretty complex. Yeah, we were trying to use, for my company, we was actually trying to use MetaHuman for some stuff, and our biggest problem with MetaHuman is it was really surprisingly demanding, because I thought they advertised it as something that you could actually use in Engine, but when we tried to use it, it just was not, like, friendly for Engine. It was very, it was very strict. Like, it was very demanding. The word I'm looking for. Cool. We can do a little bit at the bottom if we want. So here's like, for anyone who wants to be a 3D artist, here's something I always recommend. I've said this a million times, is make things as separate pieces as you can. So what I could do here is I could do this. Yep, I have to agree. It has something like, yeah, there's loads of bones. And I know there's like LODs and stuff for it, but to be fair, we were making lots of people. So, oh, whoops. So that may be the reason. So yeah, you can do something like this, guys, right? But that's caused all these extra edge loops that I'm likely not going to need. I always recommend to everybody, right? If you can, well, first of all, I'd like to bevel it to get extra detailing. There you go. And boom, boom. So if you can, try to separate what you can into separate pieces. So I always say to go faster with your models, you can just duplicate stuff out and then try to reuse those. So now if I separate that by selected, I have this nice piece here. Oh, I made that a little too big. I'll do this. Problem is it's on an angle. Can I go to local? Yeah, I can. Nice. Like this. Now, I've got all these. So first of all, delete the bottom of this. I don't need that, because it's inside an object. Next, have this separate piece. This separate piece has all these edge loops in it, which we don't need now. So the reason I duplicate it is just go a little bit faster, because otherwise I would have had to make a new cube like this, bring it over, align it the way that one's aligned, scale it, you know, and get the dimensions, bring it over, get it aligned, whatnot. Whereas if I duplicate it, I could then just do this, and I'm pretty much done. It's already got all the modifiers on it. Oh, he says. That is insanely strong. Should I have oh, there you go. Yeah, and it saves all that time, right? And the main thing I was saying is, because it's a separate mesh, I don't have to worry about all these extra edge loops. I just have this. I like working with separate pieces. I think it's the best way to model anything. I know there are some people who disagree and say, no, it works really well if you make it all one piece and all this, and I can't help but disagree. That should sit there in real life, right? Maybe I should bring this down a little bit more. And then bring... First of all, bring these two up. And then bring this up. There you go. There's just too many benefits to having it as separate meshes. Like, I will show you a very good example of keeping things separate meshes to make it easier. So I am not a character artist. However, I have been making a character. How have I been making this character? Even though I'm not very good at organic modeling, I tried my best to separate out separate pieces and work at it like I would work at any normal prop. So I'll also show you what he looks like in substance, so you have a proof of sort of a proof of reference what it's going to look like. My feet are physically sweating right now. It's so warm in here. How hot is my PC? Ooh, a little bit. So if we look at him, now, you know, it's not the best character in the world. I'm not sitting here to say it's the best character in the world, but as someone who's not a character artist, the way I approach this, and the way you should approach any job is approach it as try to use skills you have from doing other things and implement those skills into the next job you're trying to do. Now, in this case, I feel like I'm a bit too loud. 1 second. In this case, I basically took all the skills I had from making normal assets and I approached and attacked this asset the same way I would approach and attack a normal prop. So let's close it. The way I did that was it's all separate pieces. You would think maybe the arms, legs, the body is all one piece, all nicely connected. Now, not even normal video games do that. I've kind of attacked it the same way a normal video game would, which is making it all separate. So let's isolate him out. Oh god, it's his head. Or his ear hair. There you go. So, we got his hair separate, which makes sense. We got his, you know, face separate. We've got his neck as a separate piece, just the neck. We got the shirt and the arms, which are technically separate pieces. If I they're combined. They're like put into one mesh, but they are not actually attached. Look. And then his legs, which again, his legs themselves are a separate piece. His socks are a separate piece. And then everything else connected are all separate pieces. So it makes tackling this way easier when I don't need to worry about making the topology. So look at the legs, man. Oops. They're super easy. Now, his knees will be somewhere higher, so I probably don't need to worry about them. Usually you'd have, like, basically as it gets to the front here. Freaking select it. As it gets to the front here, you might have, if you want it to center a rigger, which I am, but because it's, as it comes to the front, it will be sort of pitched together or turn into one mesh, because that way it bends. No, vice versa. Sorry. It will do it towards the back, where the back of your leg is, and your knee will have more surface to not bend. So something like this. So that way when you go to bend it in rigging, whatever. But I didn't need to worry about having the whole body connect up. I didn't need to go like this and have a piece here that is his body, and then connect his body up and have all this weird topology to deal with. Because instead, I separated all his pieces out into separate pieces. So you get where I'm coming from? And I can't help but always say to people, separate your meshes into separate pieces. In general, when doing a normal prop, do it the same way it was made in real life. When looking at something in real life, like this, you could model this pen as one separate piece, right? Or you could do it the easier way, and the actual, like, the way it was done in real life, have the tip a separate mesh, because if you don't know, I could just take that out. Have this top bit here as a separate mesh, the rubber bit here, because it is a separate mesh in real life, the rubber bit here is a separate mesh, then down here, even this ring, this little silver ring, you could have as a separate mesh, and then down here, separate mesh, and yeah, oh, and then your button as a separate mesh, and it will just make it a million times easier to model your stuff. I always go on a rant about that, I know. Sorry to anyone who's heard me rant about that like 100 times. I just find it very important to talk about. Oh. Oh, it's because I was got the subdivide, right? Yeah, I'll keep the subdivide on it. There you go. Take the freaking glass top off again. Cool. And then... Ooh, that's an interesting shape. Or was it look like in The Simpsons? Okay, we'll do The Simpsons. One, because it's easy, and two, because I should do it to make it look like The Simpsons. So I should make this align with this. But what I'm going to do is model it first straight, and then we'll align it with that. So the back of it gets very thin. It's like something like this. Comes down to probably about that point, and then it comes forward. This top part also comes down. Something like this. There's a little... So sometimes I like just going forward and deleting the middle ones. Like that. Like this. So I could do it this way, like I'm doing now, and pull it in like that. Or... I could do it this way, and this is a very common thing. I could like select both, bring him in. Oops. Bring him in, there you go. And then bring it down. Like that. Both acceptable ways. This way is actually better for topology, I think. No one quote me on that. A bevel one here. Like this. And then probably do a bevel on the inside as well. Something like that, which will look pretty nice. Do a bevel on the whole thing. Smooth. Do a weighted normals. Or smooth like that. And we have a kind of arm looking thing that looks similar to what it looks like in Simpsons. I don't know if I need to bring this in as well. Like this. If I do that, I'll probably do something like this. I like that. I don't know if it's necessarily what the Simpsons one looks like, but I like it. Do something like that. Yeah, that looks nice. Cool. Now I still won't connect it because I want to do the little pin on the end. Cursor. Cursor to selected. Selection to cursor, cursor to selected. There you go. So I've done that, so that way it's in the center point here. Then when I put in a cylinder or a circle, I will make this only, it's only for a very small point. I'll probably only make it 16, which is still pretty high. Again, we're working with nanites, working with UE5. I want it to be high poly. I do. I don't want to worry about the poly count. Center, oops. Center. I know there are shortcuts for all of these things. For some reason, I'm just more comfortable typing them. Oh, that doesn't work. So it's causing this with effect because when it smooths at the point. So instead, grab all these again. Bring them super close. Do one more, and then here we merge it center like that. Oh, he says, and it still looks very weird. Yeah, it's got to be a bit pointier than that. A bit bigger too. Pointier. Cool. Then it's got like a little metal bit back here, at least in the Simpsons reference. Don't really know what that is, so I'm just gonna do something like this, this. Maybe just something like this, this. And then come over here like that. And then that. Again, I don't really know what it is, but just to give it something. One of those. We do a weighted normal. This, and it looks smooth. Brilliant. And then we do that. This doesn't look right. I think this needs to come over a bit more like that. There you go. Is that flat? Select normal. So if you have, so when you obviously scale something, it will do something like this, right? If you want to try to flat it. If you ever want to scale it like where it is, just set it to normal and then do it. And apparently it still doesn't work. All right, let's try. Local won't work, will it? Can I please go in this direction? I wonder why normal doesn't work. Normal usually tries to get its average normal. I guess it's not got a face, right? There you go. So I just turned it to a face. So what that allows you to do, right, is if it's not fully aligned, which it seems to be. So if something was slightly off, let's say it was like very slightly off, and we were like, oh, I can notice it's off, I can feel it, and then do that, and it will flatten it back out. No idea if there's better ways to do it. That's just the way I do it. All right, now we want to roughly align this. Now, I don't mind it not being completely aligned. Things not being perfect is a good way to make things look real. Because nothing is perfect in real life. Whether it's slight adjustments, not being slightly aligned, just lots of small things. So that's already going into here. That's interesting. I wonder if this should be lifted up slightly then. This should be slightly like that. And then we have a taller arm over here. Or technically the arm could go further back. I mean, we'll connect what we've got so far. Let's But the mesh. And yeah. Is that aligned? Yeah, should be fine. Raise it a tad like this. So when you lift it over, it's not colliding with it. We can pull you back a tiny bit to like here. And then we can raise you up. You raise me up to here. Pull you over a tad to align you like that. Then you pick that up off of that, we place it. The Simpsons doesn't have one. It's just sort of floating. So, yeah. Cool. That's looking very, very good. I want, even though Simpsons doesn't have it, I want like a little thing here or something. Like another adjuster on the board. I just want to find one that I like the look of. I see, it's the Simpsons way too far, because obviously if you lift that up and pull it over, that should be fine, right? It would obviously be very slightly lifted up. Which way is it? Like this. Like that. And then this would do its thing, and it'll spin around. Which you can't even see it spinning, but yeah, it'll spin around. And that should be good. Because from what I can tell, that's one of those flimsy arms, or is it supposed to be metal? Either way, I've just done it the way that the Simpsons looks. Oh, it's supposed to be metal. So it's not a flimsy arm. Okay, that's fine. So yeah, I mean, I kind of just want to grab one of these. And basically put one on top. I don't even know what half of these are doing. But it kind of looks like it's important. But yeah, maybe like 1, 2, like that. And it could be like, I don't know. I've never had a vinyl player, so I don't know what they actually usually say on it. And then maybe a switch or something? People who are like really into these are gonna like be messaging me like, this is all wrong. Oh, sorry. Oh, okay. So sometimes they have like something to plug in, which I don't care about. Okay, so they don't seem to be having any more buttons or anything. That's cool. That should be pretty much fine. Now, we can put vents and stuff at the back if we want. I assume this was supposed to be a vent. I don't know what that's supposed to be. Kind of looks like a vent, so I made it a vent. But I could always duplicate this on the back. And put another vent on here. Now the question is, did vinyl players have a lot of plugs and stuff at the back? How did they work? So it needs to be pulled in like this, and then back here. Align it to be relatively central. Back here, we'll pull that in. Pull you across. Across a little bit more. Pull you, oops, pull you in. Like that, and then basically just make you so you fit in there perfectly. Which is actually impossible to see from that angle. So, I want to keep the scale the same, actually. So if we slot this in perfectly. So like there. And then we... how do I do this? To be fair, I'm pretty sure it's Control. No, not Control S. It says Shift S. Yeah. If we repeat Shift S, we're going to go cursor selected, and then we can scale it around cursor. That is not scaling around cursor. Oh, wrong one. Scale around cursor, and it should scale around that point. I'll slightly increase that. Come into here, select you, bring you down, not on cursor. I want to bring that down normally now. And then we'll slot you in. So now we've got this little vent. Nice. Do a quickie bevel in there. Hold on a minute. How many edge loops does that get? Just a single bevel. There you go. We have a vent on the back. Pretty sus, but I think that works. I made that joke yesterday, I know. So I wonder if I can find back of record player. I just want to see. Oh god, is that what an old-timey one would look like? There's loads of plugs on it. Interesting, interesting. Okay, this one has like 2 plugs. I don't know what the plugs look like though. Where does the sound come out? Hold on a minute. Do we need to make speakers? Was that speakers? Wait. God, I'm learning. I'm trying to learn at the same time what a record player does or how it works. I'm just like confusing myself. No, okay, so the speakers, at least on these record players, look like they come from the side. So I need basically something on the side that looks like some speakers. Like here. Oh, maybe a bit closer than I got it. Like here. Oh, right. You actually won't get made. There you go. So bring them towards each other. Do this. Do this. I should actually probably fill in those gaps. That way I don't need to worry about seeing inside the actual machine. You know what I mean? So I could just... Well, in this case I should do this. Oh, wait. Well. There you go. Do this and this. That way when it says on top, sure, I'm just seeing metal, but I could just make that dark and kind of simulate you're looking inside. So I think being able to actually look inside will cause issues. As I pointed out before in the Simpsons scene, if we look at one of the cans and look into it and actually hide that thing I got, you'll be able to see how light it is. But in reality, I haven't got a can on my desk, but when you look inside it, it should be very dark. So I've just got like a little thing there to make it look dark. If you don't know what the thing looks like, there you go. It's literally just a completely... Oh, it's very shiny. What the heck? But it's just a black surface thing, so that way it looks like there's nothing in there. Well, it looks like it's a dark abyss. Right, blend. I was like, what's I doing? Okay, so boom, boom, oops, boom. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. Boom. There you go. Now that one's got that. Now in here, I kind of just want, like, I think I just saw one a sec ago, didn't I? Just like a little vent looking thing. Well, it's speakers, but I want it, I don't want it to look like modern, modern speaker. I just want it to be like a little, I'll show you actually. Kind of. How would I model this? I think I would just do this. And then... Yeah? I don't want the circles to thingy. Maybe... something like that. Not with the smooth. Get rid of the smooth. Match distance. Cool. And then this would be a little hole. Well, it'll come in a little bit. Be a small bevel. Like this. Yeah, that's probably what I want. wow. Oh, I guess it's an Encon, right? Is this repeat? Is this a repeat? What you done, Simpsons? UE5? No, I did Simpsons with ray tracing when I was doing it for the video. Now I want to add actually some fun assets and make it look better. If you see, it just used to look like this, which still look good. But now I want to add like these cans like I have with some micro detailing. So like this like wet surface effect on them. Not the best in the world, but it's enough, I think. I've got... I need to make this look better with actual numbers on it. I've got Bart's skateboard in the corner. Oh, this will be laggy for you, actually. I won't be full screen. And yeah, and I want to make the record player up here because we didn't have that. And I also made it so the telly does play The Simpsons. If we select the right material. There you go. Yeah. Oh, that's very bright. What value do we want? Okay, that's too dark. Maybe around there. Where's the beard? Oh, I lost it in an accident, so I got to wait for it to grow back. But my problem is I've been talking about Lumen a lot in this stream and why it's been bothering me. Watch the difference in lighting. Well, I shouldn't full screen it because it'll be laggy for you guys. But watch the difference in lighting when I play / simulate the scene. Fine as it was, but slightly darker. Wait, what was my question? Oh, right, yeah, with the TV. But watch the difference. Look at it. Look. It just gets a lot lighter when I turn that off. And I want it to be this level because we're interior. We've got this light and stuff. I think this is a pretty nice lighting. But for some reason, when I simulate, it gets heckin' a lot lighter. And I don't know why. So unless you've got an idea Route 1, which would be amazing. If you've got, oh, Steve, it's just this tick box. It's like doing something. Then that'd be amazing. You like light effects before, yeah, right? Are you selecting that on post? Wait, am I selecting what on post? I'm just, for the simulation, I'm just like, this is it. Alt S. And now it's lighter. You don't even get the effect of the lamp anymore. Because, like, it should be kind of this dark because we haven't got that many light sources. If you actually get rid of... Oh, I wonder if it's because it's rendering it without these, basically. Because look how much lighter it gets without these. Let me delete them quick and then simulate again. Nope, it gets way brighter now. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't get it. I also replaced the curtains to actually... I want to replace these up here as well because these are a bit naff. But they look a bit more naturally drooped now. Versus, like, these ones where they're kind of just very basic. Like, they're literally just... I think the way I modeled it quickly was I just had, like, if we go into, like, Blender... The way I basically made those was I just went, oh, we need curtains. Because, again, it was in a very short period of time, so I just needed to find ways to rush to do it. And I'm pretty sure all I did was do this, select every other. Pull it inwards, select them all, and then just do a quick bevel. And boom, I was like, curtains, done. You know, I didn't try to make them look actually good. Light does bounce a lot. I mean, I don't know how dark it's looking on your screen, but this... You got to remember, whoops. What happened to my monitor? Why did it just turn off? There you go. You're not getting a lot of light come in. Like, you should see how dark my kitchen looks downstairs, because we've only got one light source. So this is probably pretty accurate. I mean, the way you would fix this isn't from that effect happening. You just go to post-processing and you go into exposure. And you just adjust this a little bit more. Other direction. Hold on a minute. I always get confused which one I need to be editing. Wait, hold on. Okay, that's bright. Yeah. So we need to... Oh! Fine. So 0.05. 0.05. And you do that to brighten it up. You just bring that exposure up. And then obviously if you bring that exposure down, you'll get a little bit darker. Because the way that light bounces right now is pretty good. It is how it's bouncing. In fact, if you look at my directional light, I have it turned up way more than it needs to be bouncing. But it's at 20. The default max is only 6. So I'm already making it bounce way more than it was trying to. I mean, I could always set it to 6 and then set up our post-processing to be brighter. But I've basically just followed settings online. This isn't me just doing a lot of guesswork. This is me following what people have wrote online. Like this. To get the color we're looking for. Maybe even a bit brighter. But yeah. Either way, depending on how I want it to look, depending on how whatever. Exposure is so annoying how it is. Use the Skylight. I am using Skylight, but you know what? I kind of like these settings now. But you watch this, look how bright it's going to be. I mean, we're not going to go outside, so technically that's probably how it should look outside with our exposure not adjusting. Because if you have adjuster set to the correct setting, it will do this. When we go inside, it should. See, it never brightens enough, but it should brighten up. I actually don't dislike these settings, though. It makes these parts very dark still, though. I'm not sure. It kind of looks the same, actually. Oh, looks like I've made it look pretty much the same. But yeah, I do have a Skylight. But watch, when I delete that, because you thought, oh, maybe it's the Skylight caused it to get brighter when I simulate. So I was like, oh, I'll delete the Skylight and the sky atmosphere, which obviously makes outside look a bit terrible. But when I simulate, it still gets brighter. Do you see that? Look how much brighter it gets. Why? Is the light deciding to bounce more for some reason? Sky atmosphere makes it don't go a little bit darker in general, but that's not the point I'm trying to make. I'm trying to just say, look, it gets a bunch lighter. I just don't get it. Like, I feel like there's a tick box I'm missing that has it have different values while in engine or while in runtime versus while in editor. And if there is a setting for that, I cannot find it. Because it's doing it in my other scene as well. I converted my boat scene to working UE5. Does it change when I do this? No, it looks exactly the same. Like, if I do this, it gets brighter. What if I half this to 10? Does it go... No, it still gets very bright. What if I put it to 1? Which is going to look very dark because none of the light's bouncing anymore. This makes a lot of sense, right? Because we're not having a lot of light bounce. So it's bouncing a little bit and causing a little bit of light, when in reality, you're going to have a lot of this light bounce and cause light. I mean, maybe it should be this dark, but I don't think so. But if we simulate... Yeah, look at that difference. I don't get it. Why? If I get rid of the directional light as well. I showed this earlier. Watch. It's as if it's not wanting to bounce our spotlight anymore. Over here anyway. So again, why is it doing that? When I simulate a scene from the editor, I expect it to look identical, right? Not constantly changing. Yeah, that's nice and bright. Because like that angle, I think looks very nice. You've got all this lit up wall. Same with like this angle. I think that is actually pretty accurate to how I would like the lighting to be. I don't know. It's really bothering me. Because when I render the scene, I'm pretty sure it will, when you render it, puts it into playtime, it puts it into runtime. So we're going to get it looking like this, and overexposed, then like how it's supposed to look. I don't know. I mean, immediately I could just take pictures and say it's done, but I'd like some panning cameras and some fades and stuff because I think it'll look really nice. Yeah, anyways, that's been bothering me and I can't figure out how to fix it. So right now, I'm probably going to try to fix it off stream. And if I find out how, I'd like to post it somewhere and tell people this is how I fixed it. I don't know why I did that one. I could just do this. There you go. Control T will triangulate things. So I'd like to do this, but then it bubbles these makes these edges smooth. I mean, we could apply it once. Oh, that's interesting shape. I'll do the best way to do this because I want it to come like to this corner, and then basically I want all of this to like merge at the corner, like that. Maybe I'm overthinking this anyway. It's only going to be like this small, or even smaller. Then I just want to array it a million times. So the reason I want to do this, we actually array a second time. Will you be watching Xbox Showcase tomorrow? I didn't even know there was one. Maybe. Post it. Are you in my chat? I'd say post it in the, not the public chat. Oh, yeah, I guess you could post it in the public chat, and then I can just click on it from there. And then I can watch it on the stream. That'd be funny. I feel like people would be like, what? You like PlayStation? I'm not a fan of PlayStation these days. This is going to be very controversial, and I know people would treat the console wars like the political wars or something, but I'm all for Xbox at the moment. I will go for whoever I think. I don't really play consoles, but I will go for whoever I think is giving customers the most at the moment. And I used to say, oh, it's definitely PlayStation, because PlayStation on PlayStation 3 was free online services and stuff like that. I was just curious what this would do. But now I can't help but think it's not anymore. That looks better. I personally think Xbox with their Game Pass a month where you get to play a huge library of games. I think PlayStation has one of those, but Xbox seems to have better selection. I kind of prefer that Xbox are releasing all their stuff on PC. It does make it so I don't want an Xbox because I could just play the games on PC. And in general, they just seem to be offering more. So I'm kind of an Xbox fan now. I'm not going to buy one, but Game Pass is great for those games that are not worth full price, and PS games are worth the game. So I do PlayStation have good games then. I have PS Plus, but PS Plus is a bit of a different thing. I think PS Now is equivalent to thingy, right? PS Now. PlayStation Now is a video game subscription service developed by Sony, blah, blah, blah. The service offers cloud gaming for PlayStation 2, 3, 4, and 5 games. Yeah. So yeah, PS Now is like the equivalent to... Wait, is it all cloud gaming? Can you not download the game? But that's like the equivalent to the Xbox Game Pass. I can't remember what it's called. I'll let you comment. Yeah, so that's like Xbox Game Pass, and PlayStation Plus is just your 2 free games a month that you only get to keep while staying subscribed. Yeah, I don't know. I know I have some friends who get really upset at me hearing me say I prefer Xbox right now, but I do think they are offering more. Sue me. I've never been that kind of person who's like, like with sports and stuff, you get some people like changing teams every season. It's like, oh, like if you're English, you'll get some people who basically just sit with the same team no matter what. Like, oh, I'm a Manchester United fan, I'm a Liverpool fan, and you know what? Fair enough, but I'm not that kind of person. I just want to watch who I support at the time. So I think Xbox are doing better, so I support them over PlayStation. Stuff like that. Like, I'm not going to sit here and be like for example, Ubisoft fanboy if I like some of their early games. If they start releasing crap, I'm not going to be a fan of them anymore. I know it's kind of a weird comparison, comparing it to like sports. It's the first thing that came to mind. But I hope you get what I mean, right? So I want to make this a little bit... Oh wait, hold on a minute. It's not even... Oh no, it is leveled. Well, no, it's definitely not leveled. Hold on a minute. There you go. So now we've got this little vent. I still don't know if I should be subdividing it. I mean, I'd have to merge, then subdivide. Hold on a minute. Subdivide now. Uh-oh. Oh. Yeah, that works. Save before it crashes. We get these smooth corners, which is annoying, but that's fine. I can adjust those. Let's scale it a little bit. Pull it back, pull it down. Wow. How detailed is this for it to be lagging so much? Cool. And we got this looking vent on the side. They're supposed to be like the speakers. Again, I don't have one of these. It's kind of really hard to find decent reference. So I'm just winging it. But anything that kind of makes it look like it works is fine. I'm just creating landscape materials for the foliage environment. Are you doing the thing where you have it so when you place stuff, or when you apply that material to something, it will automatically place your foliage? Because I don't know how I feel about that. Because I like manually placing my foliage because I want to place it in areas I think work. But you can do that with the material anyway. Because you just have a version of the material that you paint that applies all your foliage. So I don't know how I feel about that. So what I also want to do is curve the corners. I'm actually super into engons now, Route 1. I will fix them up later on, but in general, I don't think they're as bad as I used to say. I still think they're bad if you keep them as engons, because what a lot of people don't understand, some softwares just don't like seeing engons. They just won't work if there's an engon. But in general, I'm definitely more of a fan than I used to be. So as you can see, look, this is now an engon here. But we could just do that, and it will turn it into a try. So I'm not too fussed now. Oh, actually, it does cause a slight error here. I mean, you could merge center like that. Huh, caused more of an effect than I realized it would. Maybe I don't want to do that. I mean, it's such a small detail, I don't think it'll matter. So I also need this over here when I get to it. No, creating material which can change to different materials to create the landscape. Okay. I like material. I like material like a general, as you can probably tell if you've looked at my channel at all. Because obviously, a lot of my tutorials used to be just doing materials. Because they're very, very fun, and I feel like a wizard when putting them together. So if I apply that, and apply that, we'll have this high poly. That looks cool. We'll have this high poly mesh. No holding back nanites, baby. I can't even see it. And slot that into there. We got speakers on the side. Nice. Hide the top, and we got our record player. And I think we're pretty much done, minus a couple of plugs. But again, I don't know what plugs go into the back of this thing. I mean, we could do wires and engine as well. I could always just do a gap in here to look like it's a plug, like a plug you have at the back of a computer. I know that's probably not correct, but what can you do? I don't know what's correct in this. So literally just like a hole here. Pull that in. Bevel the edges. So something you can do that I rarely do. So I just pulled it in and then I said bevel the edges, right? Like this. But something you can do is one, I kind of need to put this here because I don't want it to stick right at the bottom. But two is if you just pull it in and then do that, you basically just pre-bevel it. You don't kind of don't need to take that stage. I sometimes do. Cool. And yeah, we'll just... Americans have like those two pinned ones. Why don't we make two holes? Maybe. Nah, just pull it in. And then I'll plonk some wires coming out of it in engine, I guess. Okay, now to UV map. What time is it? So it's... I've been straight for 1.5 hours. I might go for an extra half an hour. And then we'll come off. And I'll probably do some stuff off stream for my boat scene. So hopefully we'll see me posting a video on that soon. And I'm not too lazy to not do it. I messaged you as well about the wood material. Oh. Why am I so far from the wood material trying to fix the foam as well? Oh, okay, okay. It's so nice when you get like a bunch of like materials that just work and you throw it into a scene and you're just like, like, it's just, mwah. It's so good. They should all unwrap pretty good. We'll quickly test them. So I'll be unwrapping the whole thing together when I'm done. I'd like... Actually, no, you know what? This will probably be a separate texture just because I'm going to be duplicating these guys. And I don't want them to be shaded at the back. In fact, I'll probably texture it like this. And then this I'll texture separately. Same with the folder. Then I can put things in and out and do stuff. I'm just trying to get that foam more realistic when it hits an object. A lot of the time, the foam you'll want like I'll link you the guy's video. He's doing a stylized scene, but edge foam UE4. Please don't show my channel. It shows you my channel. Of course it did. There he is. So this guy's video, I'll show you actually, because it might not be what you want, but if you quickly look, when he gets it working on his end, he doesn't actually show you how to the effect I'm about to show you. He shows you how to set it up to the point. So you should look. So he shows you how to do this, right? And then he shows you a way to implement that like this. Well, he doesn't show you how to do this part, annoyingly. There's quite a few ways you could do that, but I'm not quite sure. But he shows you up to that point. So if you want, I can send you this video. Maybe you can try to do something with the information. Let me, here you go. Yeah. Oh, man. I've also been trying to improve my water shader. Oh, fun times. So we've got this glass top as well, so we need to figure out a way to so I was just starting UV mapping it, but I forgot. I also need to do a way that this lifts up. So I guess the easiest way... Oh, maybe not. Because you'd have like a pivot on it, but I've not made the back thick enough. Because what I was thinking of doing, so I'll quickly show an example. Let's delete them. So it's obviously a very thick version of this, but bear with me. I feel nice. Cool. And then where you'd have the glass bit on top. Oh no, because then how would that connect? Because I was going to say you then have your little like bit that rotates in here. And then when the thing opens and closes, if we can see through it, it like rotates up and down. So it brings that glass top on and off. But that also kind of wouldn't work. So how would it lift backwards? Because it'd be like a hinge, right? Oh yeah, I've seen that. Oh, okay. Record player glass top. Okay. Oh, right. Well, how do those hinges work, though? So it will have like a hinge that just sits on the back of it. I'm glad I got it kind of the right looking shape. Oh, I probably should have beveled it more, actually. If I go merge, distance, and turn the distance up. Ooh. Oh, wait. Yeah, that'll break it because it's got an interior. Whatever. Yeah, so you just have a hinge on the back like this. It goes between the both of them. God, so how would that work? We go to here, and then you get you. Well, I guess here, go like this. Or would it go like this? I don't know. Or would it just have to align when I pull this back? So it aligns, which means it won't align quite at the front, which is fine. Because we'll just scale it a tiny bit. Scale it around the back. It's always funny because I've modeled a lot of complex things, right? But sometimes when you model something, even though it might be something kind of simple, you will sit there really confused. And I find that so funny that doesn't matter how much practice you get. Well, maybe this is just me. Maybe a lot of people disagree with this statement. But it doesn't seem to matter how much practice I get. I will always find a lot of trouble in certain meshes. Like, just really simple things. If I do this, can I just get away with that? And you just kind of guess it's a hinge? Because I don't really know how you're supposed to model the hinge on the back of this. Like, I technically think you're supposed to do something like this. And then, I guess... Oh, stop scaling. Oops, stop scaling around that. And I guess you could do this. Make it look like... Make it kind of look like a hinge. So that looks like it's supposed to rotate back. Problem is, like, when it open, when you see it, I probably want it to be like this. Sometimes you have a little arm as well, don't you? Damn. Very awkward. Because then obviously this is busted now. Because I'd have to rotate this middle point to go like this, but then how the hell does that work? Is it just two pieces like this? Because I could do that and separate it with cast too selective. And separate it with like a cylindrical thing. 16. Make this like a steel or just a metallic thing. Do something like that. And then it rotates around this center point. Then you got this instead. Well, not in the right place. That's fine though. Yeah, then it just rotates around that. So if I take this away, we get this, and we actually Oh, what happened over there? Hold on a minute. Wait, how did I misalign it? What? What? That's not misaligned now, is it? It looks fine. There you go. Something like that. Let's delete the top part out. Do this. Cool. Delete the tops and bottoms. Like that. Then combine the, I guess combine. Oops. Separate. I feel like I'm doing this in such a dumb way, but oh well. Separate loose parts. There you go. So top separate. That top's like this, right? I kind of want to make these come to a point, and the reason for that, well, one, because it's not an angle anymore, and two, is I can select the middle of this, put our 3D cursor there, rotate around cursor, which it is, like that. So you can pull that back. Cool. Do I want 3 along here? I mean, I probably press Control C to make our thingy there. We want to make our origin point. Origin to 3D cursor. This, and then we can mirror it. Oh, right. There you go. We have 2 of those at the back. Last thing we need to do. So one I want to change. I kind of want it to bevel more. Do I want it to bevel more? I think so. So let the inner bit like this. Wait. All right. This like this. Select this. Let's go merge distance. I should merge all the ones that were close together. Let's. Oh, did it do it? Oh, hold on a minute. There's. But yeah, merge distance. Turn up a little bit more. There you go. Do another one of these. I think coming inwards. See that? It's got to come outwards. Coming outwards. Select it all. Maybe I need to just come outwards more. Like come outwards like this. Because I guess it doesn't matter if it overlaps, right? And then we can get a thicker bevel. I'm not sure if this is... Hold on a minute. Oh, so they're not aligned now. They want to do that. Right. Okay. Maybe I should just leave it that thin then. That works at the very least. Let's do a these, one of these with these. Okay. Now I just need a reason to why it's staying up. Do they usually have something? I feel like they'd have like a little thing that holds it. But on all these pictures, it just looks like it floats there somehow. Yeah, like, look. It just sits up. I guess the hinges tend to be like a stiffer hinge. Okay. So this one's super easy to do. We just want to basically select the middle point here. Make sure it is the middle point. Yep. Mark seam. And this one's going to have its own anyway. Same in the middle here. Don't think there is one in the middle here. So we do this. Mark seam, select it, unwrap, and we should just get 2 round circles. Like that. That's basically what we want anyway. I could overlap them. Really depends what I'm looking for. Okay. Now to start unwrapping this boy. I think I just need this right. Mark seam. Then when we come into here, we'll just separate this. So behind here, you're not really going to see anyway. So I'm probably going to scale this down afterwards too. That's what we want for that. Is this also the same sort of situation? That is just a hole. That's fine. This probably is probably fine. I could quickly give it a check. Unwrap. Unwrap edge seams needs to be added. Did he actually? Why? Is it because it's got a back to it? It is. Cool. Now if I do it. Boom. Ooh, why is it slanted? It's literally a straight object. Hey, Nabble, how's it going, man? How have you been, my hard-rocking amigo? So I could just do this, mark seam, and then try it. Wait, hold on a minute. Blender. This is why Maya is better at UV mapping, Blender. Why would you at all think that's how it should look? Like, this should be... Why is it slanty? This should be fine. This should base... Oh, my eye. Oh. This should basically look... I'm gonna look at it quick to make sure I'm not missing something. But... yeah, that looks fine. This should just basically look like... project from view. It should just look kind of like this, but a little bit flexed out because of the extra detail on there. I'm not quite sure why it's not doing that. Is there a way... Maybe I'll track it into Maya when I'm done. I still have access to Maya, so why not, I guess? This should be easy, right? Why? Oh, wait, no, we're doing it from direction. Unwrap. Okay, it's a little bit crooked, but that's mostly fine. It is getting warm in here. It's getting nighttime. I thought it'd get cooler. So we'll just make sure everything unwraps really before doing the final unwrap. So now I should unwrap this. Just do edge loop in the middle. Mark seam, and then do one on either side like this. Mark seam, make sure they're connected. Wait, hold up. Oh, wait. This is the version of it. This is the bit where I freaking deleted it, didn't I? I'll delete that for now because I got to redo it because well. Fuck it. Why did I delete it and then not undo it? I forgot to undo that part where it's got its actual thickness. Wait, hold up. Yeah, that's the outside wall, right? Yeah. Alright, so I want to delete it from here. This. Oh! I'm not deleting faces. That's why I was getting confused. Delete faces. So let's all just quickly do... Well, I would say quickly do one of those. I guess I'll just do it outwards instead. There you go. Let's scale it in a tiny bit. All right. Clear seams. Create a new seam. Let the interior ones like I just said. Here you go, Nabble. I'll show you what I'm working on if you're still around. There you are. We call that in Algeria Tornado disc. Oh, what? The vinyl player or the record player? You call it a Torno disc. I don't know how it's called in English. Yeah, I think it's got a couple of names. It's a record player. I think most people call it that. Or a vinyl player, because the disc is called a vinyl. I mean, when you write in record player, it comes up, and I assume when you write in vinyl player, there you go, it also comes up. Because, like I said, the discs here are called vinyls. There you go, that's what I've been working on. Well, you've probably already seen the Simpsons scene, but I've been adding more detail, like Bart's skateboard. I put it into UE5 and in Lumen now. I was messing around these cans. Let's give them like this wet feature on them. And I made the cans, obviously. I was quite happy how I got the normals at the top. Like the actual, what a can would look like. And I think I've added some other bits, but I can't remember what. So, there you go. My eyes are drying up and I'm wearing contact lenses. Nice. I wonder if that would be the better idea. Probably. So if I just select you and you, and then deselect that, and then mark scene, that should, yeah, pretty much what I was thinking it would look like. This I will have as a separate material, because whenever I use glass in the Unreal Engine, I like keeping it as a separate material. If you try to have an asset that has glass on it and you've not got it as a separate material, it can kind of cause issues, because you apply opacity to the whole thing and then make the parts you don't want to be transparent opaque, but then they usually have a really weird effect. So I think this already has a unique one on it. The roof looks too simple. I just to add some ornaments on it. Well, or the roof in here. Maybe. I mean, I was just copying what the Simpsons look like, but maybe. Let me have a look. Simpsons living. I love that I actually come up. Look at that. That's so cool. I actually appear. I wonder what ad that's from. Tech Advisor. That's awesome. Yeah, so you don't see... Obviously, the way it's drawn, you never see the roof, right? So I never... It didn't even cross my mind. Like, I have, like that. Like, just a little, skirting board or whatever you call them. At the top. But you're right. I think something up there... My roof has nothing on it but a light. Maybe a light. Just having a light in the middle would make a huge difference. But do they have a light in their living room? Because if you look at nighttime... Yeah, it's usually just lit by the telly or by that. Huh. I also need to adjust the couch. I don't think it's far off what I was trying to get it to look like, but definitely this curves too early. This should have started curving like here, as you can see on the actual design here and here. Whereas I had it curved really early. Kind of more looking like this one, but still, it should have curved about here, but I'm curving it here. What the heck? $64 for this? What? Oh my god, why is it so high poly? What? Oh, look at the geometry here. That's crazy. $64, $79. It's on offer. Jesus. Yeah, light may make it a little brighter. Yeah, but I don't want the light on during the day, right? Do you think it needs to look brighter? I like the way that it looked, but everyone keeps telling me it needs to be brighter now, so... Watch, look. Lumen, for some reason, sometimes doesn't cast the lights. Do you actually think it needs to be brighter? I mean, a big part of that would be, like I said earlier, setting up our auto exposure. I think my monitor may be lighter as well, which doesn't help. Like, my monitor's got quite a high gain on it. If I set you... To be fair, look, the default's that. So if I set it to that, it's actually more this color. So do you think I should keep it about this color instead? It does make the surface shine quite a lot, which is good. That's not a bad thing. Itchy leg. Oh. It looks really cool when you have no lighting, though. Like, just like... Oh, well, ignoring the lights in there. Hold on a minute. Just looks creepy. You can see the front door. It doesn't actually lag as much as you're seeing. I think this needs to be more orange now that I've turned off all the lights. Just a little bit. Just like... Wow, it is already quite orange, though. Like there. Spooky. I mean, you'd never get pitch black like this anyway. But it does make it look very cool. Like, you'd get something like, what's a Skylight? Skylight's not emitting any lighting here. Yeah, I've got it at 5. Oh, look, the shadow's not casting again. There you go. Yeah, the Skylight's not doing anything. Why is that? So I need to figure out why the Skylight isn't emitting light as well. This really is max work for novice max. Make you working without noticing about polygons. Ah, okay. Message deleted. Wait, what? Yeah, I don't know why the Skylight... Oh, but I guess all our lighting back. I don't know why the Skylight isn't causing actually light in the scene. Is it because of real-time lighting? Nope. So is it because I don't have a skybox? Or do I have a skybox? Sky... BP? Oh my god, what is that? Oh, I do have one. You can see it clipping. Yeah, Skysphere. Because that looks... Whoa. I look like a... That is so cool. I know it's like too dark, obviously, because there's no skylight in. But it just like looks like I'm creeping on the Simpsons family. That's so cool. I love stuff like that. Is it really as well for novice max make them working without noticing amount of polygons? Just read it twice. Yeah, so I wonder what's causing the Skylight to not do anything. Is it the sky atmosphere? No. Because the Skylight... Maybe I should delete the Skylight and import another one in. Let's try that. Because look, it doesn't do anything when I delete him. He doesn't do anything when I drag a new one in either. And I turn up the scale to 50,000 and it doesn't do anything. So, am I crazy? Like, I feel like the Skylight should be doing something. Is it no fog, maybe? Nope. Because obviously, if we get our other light sources on, like, tick them back, we always get all our light back in. Mostly this one. Because that's the annoying thing about Lumen, is... the directional light's not coming in here, so how would you light this up? I'm just using rectangular lights at the window to light it up. And I think it doesn't look too bad. Yeah. I mean, if I change the Skylight now... it does work. Okay. Wow, but not a lot. Look how much I've got to turn it up for you to even really see it's changing anything. So why? It says it's the directional lighting. If I turn off directional lighting, our Skylight doesn't emit any light anymore. Yeah. Has it always done that? I feel like that's not right. God, yeah, the light out here, man. And then, boop, make everything dark. And then spying on the Simpsons. What if I looked at it from, like, the window over here? Oh, wait. So I'm just having too much fun doing this. Oh, whoa. That's a spotlight there, isn't there? Yeah. can just see in there. That's cool. You want? You think tiny bit of gamma? I could just do that in the post processing to make it global. 1 second. Do you still think it's too dark then? My monitor must be really bright because this looks fine to me. What do you mean for the dark scene? You think this still looks too dark? Post gamma. Wait, is this a shadow gamma? This is shadow gamma. Whoops. Global gamma. I've already got it turned up too. Like that? What did you mean for the night scene? Because you could have just meant from the night scene. I don't know if I said a second ago, I changed the curtains. I did say in chat, but I can't remember if I said what you hear. To actually look a bit nicer. I mean, The Simpsons is obviously very block colored, so it's hard to think about what I want to... Oh, whoa! These curtains are pulled back in this example. Hold on a minute. Simpsons living room. When I looked at it originally, they didn't have pulled back curtains, which is why I've not made them pulled back. I can't even see it. Oh, they are pulled back. Look. Oh, I should pull back those, at least those curtains. What the heck? Why is there a friend scene over here? That's not The Simpsons. 1.2 is better. You think so? That's so bright on my monitor. Let me try on a different monitor. Damn. Even on this monitor, you like that more? Okay, I mean, if you think it looks better. I trust your guys' opinion over mine. I think that's my favorite angle, like these ones where you can see the window. That's why I want like this, the record player here. I think it's going to add a lot to this side. I want to see the curtains now. I mean, I don't think that's from The Simpsons, I'll be honest. Oh, that's cool. Oh yeah, I should have that meeting light too. Wow, I can't find... Hey, look, it's me again. I can't find... any more images. But I'd like to have them pulled back. It would look nice. I'm not against it at all. What the heck? Me again. Aha! Well, it's not a great example, but they are pulled back here too. What if I was like Simpsons record player? Because that angle you actually see those windows. So windows closed or curtains closed. Curtains closed. Okay, what about Simpsons TV? Oh, that didn't help. So they are pulled back here. Aha! Oh, okay, so those ones do drape down, while those ones are pulled back. So I can leave them. This is actually really important. I know as silly as it sounds, finding out these details probably doesn't matter to a lot of people, but I want to make it as accurate as I can to how The Simpsons look, right? So from this, these ones stay down, or these ones I can actually have pulled back. And I have... Did I save the cloth sim? I can't even remember. No, I didn't. I got to rebake them. That's a shame. Oh, wait. Or did I? Oh, cool. Nice. So I was making this all sim. Right? And that pulls back. And we obviously get our draped curtains. However... if I want it to look like it's pulled back at a certain part, what I can do is probably, this is just a guess, actually if I just get a Taurus instead, half it. to point out to this. And then I just need to, where's the starting point here? And then I'll set you like here, I, that location, and then I'll pull you back to here, probably location. If I do that, then turn this into a collision mesh, I get very easily distracted. I know. Collision. They should have that collide with that and cause an effect, hopefully. Not quite what I'm looking for. It's just pulling it around here instead of making it drape. Interesting. Am I missing something on the collision? I feel like I am. I mean, we can make them a bit... Oh. Make them a bit thicker. Pull them back a bit more, pull them in. And make them more central, so here. And make them go a bit slower as well. I turn subdivision off on that because it will just simulate slower. Activate self collision. I think on this I think I already have it on. Do I not? Wait, where is it? Physical properties. It's the physical properties, right? Dampening, internal spring, pressure, self collision. Self collision is already on. That definitely works better that time. I think it needs to come back more. Okay, that just broke everything. Whoa. Whatever. Yeah, I think it needs to come back a bit more. So if we go to here, pull it back to like here location. And I think I need to make it probably a bit wider so it doesn't collide as easily. Right, try that again. And then I'll model a cloth, like the little bit that goes around it, separately, just because it'd be easier to do it that way, I think, around an already made mesh, than to try to get it to simulate with that. So that pulls in. It starts yanking it. So you're like there. And then we wait a little bit. Just till it settles again. When it wants to settle, the bit at the bottom still moving, so I don't want to overdo anything. Cool. Looks like it is moving. Should be fine now. Okay, so yeah, we're getting problems here. If I smooth, do we get problems? The problem is the hitbox in this is much bigger than I thought it would be. So it keeps hitting parts here. I mean, the only way I can fix that is one, change all that, two, just to make that wider again. Let's try one more time. Oh, itchy ear. When I go class sims and stuff, it's always really fun, especially water sims. If you guys haven't ever done a water sim, that's really, really fun. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. Woo! I just deactivated the subdivision and it was like... Right, try that again. Whenever you want to simulate, you should always disable all the other parts on it in modifiers because it will usually simulate quicker. I feel like there's one option I'm missing. Because I learned how to do this on Blender Guru, believe it or not. The man, the myth, the legend. Because pinching there makes a lot of sense. I'm not too against that. But it definitely looks like there's something wrong. So let's go curtains, Blender Guru. On Vertex object, activate smooth vertex to make it little stylized. Oh, wait, how do I do that? On vertex options, where are those? Is it in here? Activate smooth vertex. Oh, wait. Or do you mean on the actual vertex paint? Or do you know vertex paint? The sculpt paint. What am I? Weight paint. There you go. Do you mean here? I just want to look up this one thing quick. Because I'm pretty sure he kind of did this. Quick cut and variation. Here you go. Control V. Control V. What did that do? Object pasted. Oh. Oh no. What do I go into edit mode and Control V? What is this? What the heck? That's part of Bart's skateboard. What? Wait, Control V. I just realized that pastes. Oh, while in edit mode. Right, I see. And what did you say to do? Smooth vertex. Oh, wait, I'm already on smooth. Do you mean smooth normals? Or maybe you don't. Wait. Smooth vertices. Oh, I see. Oh, so when it's finished, smooth vertices, right? Okay, let me just quickly check this.
Those pieces out, enable collision physics, and then animate that being pulled back. It'll probably get glitchy though, so just uncheck single-sided in the collision.
Uncheck single-sided. Aha! He also does. He also, instead of doing what I just did, he basically did not this. He basically did this kind of. Let's grab you. Not quite. I'll just do it the way I did it. He basically did this. There you go. All right, now let's have a look. So I assume what that smooth vertices does is basically the relax feature in Maya. What's it called? Relax, where it basically, yeah, it relaxes the vertices to not be so messed up, right? Oh, that looks good. That's a crisp pull, if you ask me. Okay, that looks pretty good. I'll wait for it to fully simulate. I'm not tired, you're tired. I don't know why I'm tired. I woke up at like 1 PM today. Okay, that looks like it's simulated. So let's get back. Cool. So let's save what we got. And then we're going to apply all that. So I'll apply it first and then do what you told me to do. Right. Cool. So let's go Control V. Smooth vertices. Right, I see. Yeah. That's cool. So if we do this and then that, what's that look like? Yeah, that's nice. It's similar to Relax Store. Yeah, right. Okay. I had a feeling that was the case. What happens if I relax it again? Ooh. Weirdly enough. Weirdly enough, it kind of makes it go sharper. Maybe... Does it look like again before I relaxed? I'm not too fussed either way, actually. And then, yeah, we basically just want... Whenever it comes here... And this is like our little bit that comes up over, and then we'll hook onto the wall, right? Obviously, it's very, very sharp, but it's fine. Something like that. And then that'll hook back onto something, but I don't really know what we would use. My living room downstairs, I'm pretty sure all it is basically... How would it be done? Hold on a minute. So it was something like this, I guess. And then what they've done is they have a hole in it. And then in that hole there's a big hoop. Like this, and then in that hole you have a big hoop, and that hoop hooks on. But I'm not sure where I want to go with it, so right now what we do is we'll save a separate version and say pulled back, and I think we're going to call it a day because I've already been streaming for like 2 hours 20 minutes. So we'll get those in over here next Friday, or I'll do it during the week, maybe off stream depending. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. The scene looks a lot brighter now, thanks to Nabble. I make it sound like I'm blaming you. It's his fault. And yeah, I will catch you guys next Friday. Or if I get really bored sometime, well, not bored. If I have a random day off of work, I might stream during the week. So I'll catch you guys then. Boy, that wasn't really a wave. Boy.